satisfying from a personal but also a team perspective to wrap the series up here today?
Yeah, definitely. I think across the series, we've obviously seen Maddie score 100 and have some good partnerships in that game as well as today's game. And I think a lot of what our work-ons have been for 50 over cricket has been a lot of partnerships and time in the middle. So, yeah, I guess it's pretty satisfying to sort of do that. And coming off not much cricket for me, I guess that's probably the most satisfying thing.
Scoring hundreds for your country is sort of what dreams are made of, I imagine. What was that experience like, getting to that milestone with a good crowd here at Saxon Oval?
Yeah, pretty incredible, and obviously grateful to all the people that have helped me get to sort of this point and put in the hours with me over the last couple of years. And I guess being out there with Susie as well at the start and having that partnership at the start, I think that sort of set me in a more of a calm state out there. And yeah, I guess being able to see her record for 50s and 100s is pretty incredible, sort of be out there with a legend like that and sort of doing that. And I guess being out there win the next wicket with Emma McLeod, who's obviously really young and new into the team, and sort of have that fresh view. I think that sort of shows where our team is at the moment, and I think that's the great balance that we've got at the moment.
What pleased you most about your innings?
Yeah, I guess we've focused on a lot over the past couple of months while being injured about rotating strike and hitting straight, so that's probably been my biggest work on. And so, yeah, for that to come out there and all that effort that I've been putting in the last sort of few months, while not being able to play cricket and see it out there on the park, I guess was probably the most pleasing.
It was 138 days between your last game and your next bat in that second game. That's quite a long layoff. How did you kind of work through that and I guess deal with not playing and then be able to come back and do something like this?
Yeah, I guess coming off that high of the World Cup and sort of India as well, and to come back into New Zealand and obviously have that news, I guess at the start it was probably almost nice to have a sort of a rest before having to get into the cricket stuff. But I guess that the longevity of what it was and how long it actually ended up being out, sort of, I guess it's sort of a big injury. And yeah, I guess the support that I've had through White Ferns and support staff and people back in Wellington as well, to be able to still ticking me along while they're having the New Zealand domestic season and watching the teams and stuff. But yeah, I think it's been a bit of a slog, but yeah, I've actually really enjoyed being able to sit and watch a lot of cricket and sort of learn that in that sort of sense and sort of be a sponge in that sense to be able to go out and do it.
Obviously, first time past 15 ODIs and then straight through to 100. How much confidence do you take from the fact that you're able to take that innings long and actually, really make the big score, which wins you matches in one day? How, I guess, satisfying is it and confidence can you take from that?
Yeah, again, I guess you can't replicate being out in the middle in the nets and being able to bat for that sort of length of time. But again, that's a big work on that I've had in the last couple of years, of being able to actually bat a long time and sort of be able to have a good tempo in my innings. And I've talked to a few coaches after the last game about tempo, and sort of be able to have talked about it and sort of take those learnings from last match and be able to replicate them today, I guess is pretty pleasing. And to be able to contribute to a team win and have the bowlers come in and absolutely smash it like that, I think it's really pleasing for our group, especially with not a lot of 50 over cricket coming in towards the 50 over World Cup in India.
Absolutely. And just lastly, obviously, no Millie or Sophie, but it's been a great chance to introduce some new players and also win a series. So I imagine from a team perspective, lots of positives to come out of this as you push into the T20 series.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I think obviously the on-park results with Breezy bowling really well, and obviously Emma's such a live wire and she's going to be a great player for us for a lot of years. But I think being able to have those players come in, and even Polly, who's a bit further on in her domestic career, I think them being able to come in and feel comfortable enough to sort of be themselves around the group and go out there and perform with not as much pressure or less of confidence, I think that's probably been the most pleasing thing for our group. We talk a lot about our team culture, and for them to come in and be themselves and be out there and sort of be able to contribute to the team like they have done, even if it's not in runs or wickets, I think it's been incredible for the group, and obviously I'm hoping they've had a really great experience as well.
Awesome. And obviously flicking back to T20 mode, first matches as the champions, it's looking forward to that and being, having teams come after you as the defending champs.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that it's been about 4 or 5 months since our last T20 games, and a lot of the girls have been playing the Super Smash in the domestic scene, and I think being able to see some of the scores that have been put up and sort of the aggression that we're wanting to have as a White Ferns team sort of be replicated in the domestic scene, I think it's going to be pretty exciting to see what our team sort of puts out on the park. And we know Sri Lanka obviously have Chamari up the top as one of the best T20 players in the world, so I think it's going to be a really good matches that we're going to be coming up against, and yeah, excited to see how this team goes after a couple of good wins in the 50 over stuff as well.
Well, and just lastly, Champions Australia final tonight, the girls be taking a bit of an interest in that?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of talks around sort of the Champions Trophy games that have been going on while we've been here, and I think it's even more incredible that they're playing at the same stadium that we played at for our T20 World Cup final. And yeah, we know some of the Black Caps from our domestic scene as well, and I think they've been playing some really good cricket and sort of showing little New Zealand being able to stand up on the world stage and go against a lot of top teams. So yeah, it's been pretty incredible coming off our World Cup win to see them doing really well in this white ball comp as well.
Awesome, GP. Well played today. Thanks for joining us in the press conference room here.
Thank you very much, Willie.